Hi, good afternoon. My name is Maria del Carmen Alonso, and I'm presenting my project, which is called Practices to Promote Personal and Professional Competence Development in Higher Education. Okay, basically, I'm gonna tell you my summary from this project, and well, in this project, a five-stage program is proposed to promote good practices in personal and professional competence development in a university context in Mexico. The main objective is to support learners in the development of good relationships in the school and also in the classroom. This is for a purpose, and the purpose is to foster better cognitive development and trust and relationships among students, teachers, and tutors also by the implementation of a collaborative work plan. And also, this program is intended to do it and to develop in five stages, which is first of all we have to make a diagnosis, and then after the diagnosis we're going to follow some assessments for teachers, for students, and also for the tutors. After the assessment, we're gonna make some evaluations, and of course every single month we're gonna make a monthly evaluation, as I said, and also at the end we are going to collect all that information to find out if the project has been successful, of course. And I'm gonna tell you, nowadays we are presenting many problems in our school, especially with bullying, and this is a very serious problem that we need to make conscious of it. Like I said, the participants for this project would be not only teachers and not only students, not only tutors, but also parents, or yeah, the parents. Uh, like nowadays, we have seen that bullying has become a big issue in our communities. A lot of our students have present some problems with self-esteem, especially the bullying has had affect their emotional intelligence, had affect their social relationships, which is not healthy, and it's not even helpful in school also, because that damage also in the academic area. So we have some background that we want to show. According to the CNDH in 2011, it's reported that 30% of students in basic education are suffering some type of bullying called school bullying. Because of this, this problem is a current reality that school and families should consider to prevent and solve, because we are facing, actually we are facing it now, some social problems in not only in adolescents but also with children as well. And these kind of problems are, for example, the result of this issue is that we have some students dropping out of school, or what is even worse, some students are suiciding, which is very bad for our schools. Thus, school harassment is one of the major urgent problems to be dealt with. So, I want to share with you some information. According to Romero in the newspaper report, Valdez in the Millennium newspaper said that the figures from the UNAM and the Polytechnic. Of the 26,000 students at the basic level, between 60 and 70% have suffered some kind of violence. On the other hand, Albores Gallo in 2011 says that most of the harassment occurs in school and not on the way to their homes. Unfortunately, most of the teachers do not know about it, not even parents, because students are afraid to express their feelings, because of course most of the time they waste most of the time in school, and they are afraid, so they feel like safer if they keep quiet, if they don't say it. This is not a good attitude that they have to take, but like I said, like I mentioned before, they are afraid to speak it out. So for this reason, this program is intended as a preventive and corrective way, promoting good relationships in the school and in the classroom as well. Students are expected to identify and respect the differences and similarities that they may encounter in their peers and others. In addition, learners will be able to be critical decision making, which contributes to good relationships among learners, students, and tutors. Okay. So the project it will be applied in a control group of 36 students from regions close to the Sierra of Puebla. From a low, we have 65% of students from this community with a low income, and 55% for the lowest income. According to an individual questionnaire that we did already, we have that diagnosis. And we have young people between the age of 17 and 19, that's the average. On the other hand, 85% of our students, they have financial support by their parents. Also, we have 15%, more or less, that they are supporting themselves. Those students have to work in order to pay their school fees. And only the 10% receive financial support from their grandparents. At the moment, the students are taking the second quarter of the race in information, technology, and communication. During the two previous quarters, the students show some certain factors which are the basis of the research, and some of the issues are low self-esteem, as I mentioned before, some indiscipline, believe it or not, emotional intelligence, performance, even nutrition, and equity. So in this project, we are pretending to have a social impact. That's the intention. And let me show you. We have some impact elements that I would like to mention. What we are mainly pretending it's to have an improvement in performance in the students, to promote collaborative awareness. We want to improve their self-esteem. We want to have students to have active participations. Also, we would like to have not only the students act to have an active performance, but also teachers and tutors. Also, of course, like I mentioned before, not only the actors from school, but also family, in this case parents, like partial involvement from parents. That's what we intend to do also in this project. Some internal and external promotion of ecological environment. For example, the awareness of the ecological environment, like I said, maybe they can watch out for the garbage, or garbage separation, forestation, in other words, the environmental care. That's what we are pretending also. And some factors that we are looking for measure is it's a mentoring program using assessment methodology, a development plan by subject, a reinforcement of social cultural training, interview session with some parents, and also the instruments that we would like to use is the narrative descriptive records, checklists, rubrics, questionnaires, and evidence portfolio, and the methodology based on cases, problems, and projects as well. Okay. The two research questions that we have for this project, of course, we will know the results until the end, and the answers questions until the end. Number one, what kind of factors contribute to block the strategies which foster healthy environment? And question two, what factors contribute to hampering the collaborative strategies to create a healthy environment? Okay, so like I said, those questions, they're going to be answered until the end of the project. And our objective is to promote good relations in the university among students and teachers. For example, students learners, students teachers, teachers students, and teachers teachers. We're also looking forward collaborative participation with tutors and teachers to promote good relationships, which helps to better cognitive development students. And our goal, of course, is to have a continuous observation. That's what we want to do, to measure whether if the project is having any kind of successful. The only intention is that our students can have a good performance in school. They can finish their university at the end of the day. Also, they're going to affect their families for good. We don't want any tragedies in our school, so that's what we would like to do. And a methodology that we're going to follow is a training methodology will be implemented for the students' formation problems. So it's in an integral way for the development of their skills and attitudes. The purpose of this project is to seek the conscious change of the reality that is presented in the face of problems encountered under a vision of common good. So much, so good so far. This is what we are looking for in this project, and I think we're gonna enjoy it a lot because we are sure that we're gonna have some positive social effect as long as teachers, students, and tutors have the attitude to help us out to concrete this project. So much, so far so good. This is what we would like to do. And right here we have some, it's kind of the same. So thank you very much.